As we continue our look at politics and money, Alex Castellanos of Purple Strategies joins me now for a deeper look into the funding of the campaigns. Wonderful to have you back on the show.
It's good to be here.
So who's winning overall with donations?
Hillary's winning with donations. There's a couple of things that are happening right now that are interesting. One of which is a lot of the hedge fund community, with the exception of John Paulson, seems to be running away from Trump a little bit. They finally kind of stated, like, this is not what we're looking for. I mean, we've always known he was disruptive, but he's giving them a little bit of fear that he may be a little bit too disruptive. And Trump's right now making these financiers choose whether we want 4 more difficult years of business environment with Hillary Clinton, or whether we want 4 more years where we don't know what the rules are. And so Trump has a little bit of work to do there.
Right. The market does like certainty. When things become uncertain, it's unsettling to people on Wall Street. They like to know what's going on. You have to forecast big time. So as far as the individual funds, though, I think Silicon Valley's also having some issues with Donald Trump, with the exception, of course, of Peter Thiel, who came in with that big donation this week.
Yes, with the exception of Peter Thiel, for the most part, Silicon Valley has stayed away, and they've actually written some pretty powerful op-eds against Donald Trump. And I think those guys are playing big enough ball out there where they want a stable playing field too. They've already done their disruption. They're not looking for disruption on the playing field that they're playing on. Now, all that being said about what's coming in, one of the interesting things that we're seeing going out is Hillary has upped her spending a lot on television this last month because she wants a very decisive win. Trump is already claiming the election is rigged, and I think she wants to eliminate those by having a really decisive win.
She needs a big showing at the polls. Let's move on and talk about the Trump brand. Okay, so there's been some issues in the news, some topics, of course, involving women. What is this doing to the Trump brand overall, do you think?
Well, I think it depends what the Trump brand is. Historically, the Trump brand has been a brand of luxury, a brand that people want to spend time with, a brand that means you've made it. And I think Trump may be making a little bit of a pivot towards a news network, and there's a lot of talk about that.
That was fascinating.
So maybe
he likes being on TV.
It turns out he does like being on TV. So maybe if that's his new pivot, then his brand is changing from luxury to disruption. We're going to have to see a change in business strategy, because it could hurt his hotels and properties.
And then what about Hillary Clinton? I know there have been some reports showing her struggling with millennials, and other reports that say that she's doing fine with millennials. What do you think's happening?
I think she's doing better with millennials than Donald Trump is right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's taken a little bit of time for them to start to move towards her, but Bernie Sanders has been out there and encouraging the vote. Many are just going to stay home. But on the other hand, Donald Trump he's got a really strong group of just angry white Americans. And if he really wants to change this election, he's going to have to bring out all of them in record numbers, because he's alienated a lot of the other groups, including many millennials.
Thank you for coming on the show and for your insights.
Thanks for having me.